Hello, everybody. Hello, PonyFest Online. Thank you so much for joining us for this Bronypalooza history panel. My name is Drummershy, and this is Cyril the Wolf.
Hello.
P1K.
What's up?
And Tarby.
Got a little bit of that.
I think we did. So welcome in, everybody. This is definitely a historic occasion, and also we have to have a little story time without some beer. So
Can't have story time
margaritas.
without some alcohol.
Yes.
It's after
So-
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yes. No. Okay.
If you're staying for the After Dark panel after this,
some.
well, this is the pre panel.
Okay, so it's confirmed. Some swears, nothing. Nothing.
Okay,
yeah.
so don't drop the F-bomb, except
Oh.
for once, maybe.
Wait, no. You say the fuff word.
The fuff word, right.
Yes.
Fluff.
Fluffity fluff. Anyway, this is the panel where we talk about the history of Bronypalooza, one of the biggest My Little Pony concert series.
The first concert series, and as of now, the longest running, I guess.
And guess who joined? Fenning! In the car!
Why are you driving?
Wait, what?
We be driving. What's up?
Listen, this is exactly how
You
Brony...
are live in front of 78 viewers.
Hey, 78 viewers, I be driving.
Listen, I gotta tell you this. This is
All right.
exactly Bronypalooza. Like, this entire energy is every single Bronypalooza.
Yeah, haphazard and ridiculous.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun time in here. Okay, so, we're gonna start with a timeline going back from 2011, which I kind of joined the fandom in, but I'm gonna let Cyril, P1K, Fenning, and Tarby talk about it. So, guys, take it away.
So,
Yo.
2011, there was a couple BronyCons. They started off pretty simple, and that was where Bronypalooza started, and it was one act. It was how do you pronounce his name? Detonator?
Oh shit,
Oh, right,
Detonator.
Detonator.
Hey, can I say
Detonator
no,
came up with the name and was the
Oh.
only act in the very beginning, the first couple BronyCons.
Fen, it's PG-13 rules. Just
Oh gosh darn. Oh man, that's ridiculous. Heck. Please continue about Detonator. God, I haven't thought about that dude in a minute.
I know, right?
Wow, Detonator.
I thought about it a little just leading up to this panel, so just I can remember because I didn't know them very well either.
Oh, God bless you. We got the historian over here.
But yeah, they started Bronypalooza as the only act, and then leading into January BronyCon 2012 was when there was a lot more acts. 2012 was oh man,
The Lexus and
Alex
Omnipony.
S, Omnipony were up there. They ended off the set with the very first version of what is it called? The one with Travis.
Take it by time? Oh, ye old Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Travie.
Only got one life to live. What is it?
Oh,
Alex.
Life as we know it.
Ben, Life as You Know It. Well,
Life
they
as
played the
You
first
Know It.
version of Life as You Know It at January
Oh.
BronyCon 2012. There was
Yeah,
also
Still unfinished.
still unfinished.
Huh.
There was also Derpidity?
Ooh.
I'm not
Really?
no or Derpy Grooves.
Yeah, Trippy Grooves.
Derpy
Right.
Grooves was there for the what's it called? Ukulele.
Oh.
And Jackalap.
Bless.
And of course Detonator.
Wait, was Kez there?
Jack.
I
He
don't
said Jackal.
know.
Sorry. Please continue. I
Well,
feel like
Jackalap is where me and Tarby entered the scene. Because
Is it?
yeah, it is. Because Tarby was playing acoustic guitar for Jackalap, playing Summer, January 2012, and I'm in the audience thinking this song needs drums. So I run up on stage and get onto the drum set and start playing.
What? Wow.
Dang, what a
BronyCon.
what a wild.
What a wild BrobyCon.
What a wild.
So, with that, and it looks like going back from the footage, it felt like everybody was like so high on energy. Like it was.
Well, you had to be because there was no room.
It was in a
Energy
small
was-
hotel room.
Have you ever been to Manhattan?
Once.
Space is a premium in Manhattan.
Yeah.
How we had a room this size. Oh, if the fire marshal came, we were gonna get kicked out so hard.
Wasn't there a fire drill that happened? But didn't everyone get kicked out at some point?
No, that's at the Meadowlands. That's later that year.
Oh,
This is in Manhattan, downtown, down the street from Times Square, the Hotel
What do you mean,
Pennsylvania.
I believe the technical term is Manhattan.
Indeed.
Manhattan, yeah.
Throwbacks. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
But yeah, that's pretty much all that happened January. Then we can go into
Yeah, was
Summer
that?
BronyCon 2012.
Yeah, I mean, and then there was a lot of mess with 2012 too. I mean, I don't want to. I just remember there was some online stupid stuff.
That's when Kez came in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's Kez.
Summer 2012 now are we on? 'Cause
Uh-huh.
that's where I actually have memories.
Mhm.
Because I was not gonna be able to make January 2012.
You've left the Dark Ages and are on to medieval times. Let's roll.
Right. So
That was
from what
tough.
I remember, God, there was so many plans for BronyCon 2012, Bronypalooza, the very first one. We were gonna have so many things. Like we were just pie in the skying it, and everybody. It seemed like every single Brony musician who ever had a thought, who ever introduced a wub with a yay, was going to play Bronypalooza.
You really
I-
went out and said it.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Pony
No, you're not wrong. Let's give them the real story. You know.
Yeah, say it how it is, man.
but yeah, no, I just remember the spreadsheet. It was super long. Of course, I was super young. I think I was still living with my parents when we were planning it.
I was still
You
living
must
with
have
my
been
parents.
23, right?
21. I was still 21 when we were.
21. What a look at this.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Little
I was.
baby.
I know. It's 9 years ago then. Yeah,
Oh,
because that's wild and insane, and I don't like it because
terrifying.
I remember the early planning stages. It was before I graduated college in May, and I turned 22. No, yeah, and I turned 22 in May 2012. So, but I just remember it being this huge pie in the sky thing, and then it ended up. I got cut first in the first round of cuts, and then everybody had like 10 minutes, except for like the Beetle Bronies and Living Tombstone and Alex S. They had
And
Not sure how
Silver-
that happened.
Silver
oh,
had
and
a long
and,
ass set.
and and also Zach,
Mike.
the phone man.
Mike,
Um,
Mike, man.
Michael the Michael.
But but I just wanted to give because I have strong memories of like having a planning like a 15-minute set and then only being able to play bass or saxophone.
All
I played
confidential.
saxophone for
Yes.
Played
Tarby,
sax first, and then you
Yes.
played All Confidential in Tarby's set.
which was the wildest stuff ever. Which I
Is
still
that when your
appreciate.
mic stand fell?
Yes.
Oh my god, I remember that. Oh god.
My God.
Ah.
And that was when Dylan saved my life.
Darby, the second act, the microphone stand starts failing, and basically Cyril's on his knees proposing to the microphone as he's trying to play.
And sing. That was a very difficult. It felt really good though, and honestly, I played like every single BronyCon and Brony event that I ever did because of that show. Like honestly, I don't think I would have been invited to half of them and had the foolhardiness to go were it not
Oh, yeah.
for that. Because we all made bad music decisions in 2012, 2013. Some of us went on tour. Some of us flew around the country with money they didn't have.
Wow.
Well, hey, it wasn't our money. It was the band's.
Tour.
Well, see, yeah. We don't have to talk about the tour, but I do feel like it leads up nicely to BronyCon 2013.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much in between 2012.
Well, there's so much about
that occurs.
2012. For those that were not part of the fandom at the time, at 2012, BronyCon 2012 took place at the Meadowlands Expo Center.
In
For those that
Secaucus,
don't
New
know
Jersey.
that place, it is basically just a hangar.
Yeah. It's a
Terrible
yeah,
update.
Like a bunker or something.
Sound quality
Like-
was terrible. You know how in modern BronyCons we have like all these racks of lights. We had 2 handheld lights at either corner of the stage. Bajati held one, and I can't remember who had the other. Might have been Guess.
I do remember that watching the BronyCon documentary, and I remember seeing that. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
they're just developing.
We had monitors that were this big.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
How
Wait,
the live acts?
On mic stands next to our heads, and we still couldn't hear 'em.
Can I just give a
It was
quick
like being the
shout out?
Beatles.
Yeah. Can I give a quick shout out to all the live acts who went first? Because we somehow, and I've looked at the footage, we sounded okay, and we couldn't hear anything.
I mean,
No.
the PA system also.
Dang.
Let's talk about the PA, though.
Yay!
I mean, Jesus Christ, it was literally like 12 inches.
Right. It was a
Well, it was a few, but they
a
were
bunch of
layered out.
speakers
I think there was a
smaller
few
than
layered
this.
out in the crowd, and I think they timed those properly, so it sounded kind of okay if you were in the chair area, but then it started bouncing everywhere else.
No. I was in the crowd with Denotive. And we were out here trying to listen to everybody's sets. We could not hear anything, and so we went over and awkwardly danced directly in front of the speaker. It was not particularly effective, but it was a good time.
Yeah, it was honestly top. If I were to rank the Bronypaloozas, which I'm going to now start doing,
Okay, where are
don't
we going?
debate me in the chat, otherwise I will debate you probably.
You're asking for debate.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not new to this either. But I would say honestly, if I were to rank like the top 5 Bronypaloozas, because there was enough that you could do that. Maybe top 3, but I'll say top 5 because I'm a wimp. I would say Bronypalooza 2012 was at least top 3. I would say number 2, honestly. I don't think it would ever move from the 2 spot. There was only one Bronypalooza that I think I felt better about personally, but for me, BronyCon 2012 was definitely number 2 out of all of them, at least either 1 or 2.
Oh yeah.
Despite everything.
Despite everything.
I didn't play it, so honestly, 0 on my list.
That's fair. But you were there though.
I was fully there. I think they gave me a musician's ribbon for no reason.
They were
So
handing
many-
those out like candy. Anyone who had any sort of track, they got a musician's ribbon.
It was ridiculous. I got invited to Everfree Northwest because of that. They should not have invited me. Like, it was not a good idea. Who was it? Who's the guy? Who's the rapper? Oh my god.
There's so many.
I mean, me and IB was my ride. IB, a Brony rapper, picked
Right.
me up from my uncle's house in Hoboken.
Jeez.
Drove me up the pipe.
Jeez.
I have no idea where
What
my
is
old
the name of the
posters are.
guy?
Oh, my old posters.
His nipples look like milk duds. What was his fucking name? What was his name? You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about. I'm not a
Wait,
No, I
every-
don't. I
every-
forgot the beginning part. What?
Some people are saying in the chat yelling at cats.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yelling at Cats was not at
Cat.
BronyCon 2012.
No, he wasn't.
We do
Okay.
not speak about him. Don't make me say his
Harold,
real
do you
name
have-
in this chat.
do you
I
have
am
the
not
artifact?
even-
Oh, that guy.
What do you mean? Oh, that guy. Yelling at Cats is he is the Voldemort of this.
Well,
fandom.
I was
Voldemort.
now for a second there. You got to remember, I was out of the room for 2 seconds.
Oh,
so
fair.
I
fair,
missed
fair,
you say that. So I was like, oh,
No, you're good. You know what? Just gonna put a pin in that. Come back to that. If this was an Everfree Northwest panel, it'd be a great idea to talk about it, but it's not. But no, who was the guy who was running the music at Everfree Northwest? He was one of the artist organizers.
Was that Derpidity?
No. Although Depidity was also at. I forgot what his name is. Now I feel like an asshole. He did like Brony swag or whatever.
Sweat?
I think I know the guy.
Oh, I bring the lulz.
I
Yeah.
bring no love.
Lol.
This guy.
Yes.
Oh, what a blessing, this guy. Oh, you gotta love him.
The guy has
Yeah.
done like so
That's why it
much
didn't
stuff.
come in until later that year.
You know they did.
True.
You know I bring the lulz did like Breaking Bonds 2020 with P1K. So the
I know
2020
that.
version sounds really good.
I
Oh
forgot.
my
Yes.
I
Wow.
completely forgot. I commissioned art of that
Oh.
moment.
When you're kneeling on the stage.
That is fucking precious. That
I
is
ca-
goddamn precious. Oh,
That I forgot
just
about
boot
that.
me. Just boot me.
Dear Lord, I'm sorry. I was like, I thought I had that poster somewhere, but
That
Damn,
that
anyway.
totally belongs in a museum. Not gonna lie.
Yes, it does.
I've kept it in this file box. That's
Basically a museum.
Yeah. Brony Museum. All right, so you want to continue on with the other timeline?
Well, I guess that's all.
Yeah.
Any other details about 2012?
No, I mean, yeah, we do have a time limit actually, so we shouldn't spend too much time on it. I do have that poster somewhere in this
An
house.
hour and a half.
Right.
Wait,
though.
okay, before we go to BronyCon 2013, we should just mention very briefly the con that never was.
Oh,
Con that we
2013.
survived.
you're right. There was a lot of things that happened between 2012 and 2013. This is a Bronypalooza panel, but
Las Pegasus happened.
We had Everfree
That led
Northwest.
to
We
the
had
tour.
Candlelight Gardens, and then we
Yeah,
had the
so-
beginning of the year of the many cons.
right. And I did 3 in a row. Well,
you
3
did the three-peat.
once every 2 weeks. First,
Yep.
Las Pegasus Unicorn.
Terrible.
Ah!
One.
That's where Musiquestria happened. That's where it occurred.
It's the
Formulated,
birth of Musiquestria.
I see.
This is
See-
why I brought it up.
Ah, there
Leads
was
into 2013. Segue.
so many. There was a lot of bad ideas that came from Las Pegasus Unicon, huh?
Oh yeah, well, like Las Pegasus Unicon was one of those bad ideas.
Right. And then there was Big Apple. Just a real quick of how
Yeah.
crazy it got in 2012 for those who weren't around, because I noticed in the chat there's a lot of folks who missed things.
Yo,
But
shout
yeah,
to Bap.
so yeah, Big Apple PonyCon, which is the very next one I did after. No, it was that, then Cloudsdale Congress.
Oh,
That
Oh.
I
Cloudsdale
did.
Congress.
Played. I played because I
That was
played
your
a lot of
Congress, kind of small. but
yeah,
it's all
it's kinda
right.
small. And then Big Apple PonyCon I played, which is the first time I ever heard Forest Rain lose her temper. It was
God
amazing.
bless. Shout.
And then let's see.
You got that great recording of September.
Yeah, that was a cool thing. That was amazing.
I can't remember.
And that was tossed together. There was a lot of cool like community moments in 2012, 2013. Just of us as my friend group. I'm gonna call it my friend group, as I like it used to be the Brony musicians, but I don't want to be like a dick about it. PG-13.
We were the ones that were there. We were the ones
Right.
that were there 2012, 2013. You know? And it's okay. There's a lot more people hopped on in 2014, 2015.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, we were there, I guess, at ground level, building the shakiest foundation of shaky foundations.
We were lucky.
Yeah, we were. But yeah, I played a lot. There was DerpyCon South, which only happened twice. Midwestria was 2012. Candlelight
Absolutely.
Gardens, I was there too for that one.
Shouts.
Candlelight Gardens. Oh.
Candlelight Gardens.
That was.
Yo,
Tetsuo
yeah.
made his debut.
That was when
Tony
I-
Scotts made his debut.
I'll never
S'mores
forget
made his
trying-
debut.
Trying to nurse you
No,
back to
I-
health.
Yeah, God,
Scorpion
that was
moonshine.
horrible.
Never drink Scorpion moonshine from a stranger with a duffel bag full of hooch.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, it was the bottle of Jack before that too. Though.
So, and for those in the chat who may be like, why aren't these guys talking about Bronypalooza? Trust me, this all relates.
Yes, this all
It-
ties
it
up.
was-
It's like a trilogy of.
It all leads
Snowball.
up into 2013, which became one of the biggest shit shows of them all, in a
Yeah.
sense.
Poop shows, thank you very much.
Right. Dylan.
I'm the worst offender. I'm terrible.
It is still early in certain time zones. You can't be that glib.
Speaking of 2013, apparently Fenning and Tarby were like the first MCs of like the Baltimore Convention Center trilogy. Like,
Yes.
Ah!
The first and
boy.
greatest MCs.
So bad.
Fenning,
So-
Fenning, Tarby, I just want to say that when I was watching in my dad's office, seeing you MC on stage when you said, "Please don't jump,"
Oh
I'm like,
this
my
guy.
heart-
Don't jump.
Please don't
okay.
Please
jump.
don't jump.
I put it in my contract for this event that you wouldn't mention that. I cannot believe this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, you got a contract?
What, you didn't get a contract?
No.
How much are they paying you for this?
Beer.
Me too. Yeah, what a coincidence. Yeah, throwback. How about a little bit of that for some
Oh,
throwback?
oh,
How much are they paying you? Paying me. Yeah.
They're paying me beer.
You guys are getting
I got a
paid?
beer. Hey,
Yeah,
I got a beer
for
as
real.
well.
Yo, wait, they comped your hotel? That's crazy. I've been sleeping on the street.
Oh God, Big Apple PonyCon. I spent the night at Purple Tinkers. Oh boy.
Wow.
Tiny ass apartment in Brooklyn with like 20 people in it. Not great. I didn't
Yeah.
sleep. I had a bunch of 151 and just meditated.
Gregory. That's what that song's about.
What you calling it?
That's what I'm calling it.
That's what the song Malibu Lou by Tech Nine is about. It's about that night.
That specific.
Or Caribou Lou. Caribou Lou. Yes,
Nine was there.
I don't know. Throw the joke in the garbage. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
So leading into Bronypalooza 2013, myself, Tarby, and Fenning were all cramped in a Chevy Traverse for a month.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh, and let's not forget a Saturn View as well. A manual 4-liter Saturn View.
That no one else could drive. So-
Yeah.
No one else could drive. And this
Yeah.
4-liter
So
was
it's all
pulling all
gone.
of our gear, and I still don't know how it survived.
Up mountains.
It didn't.
Up mountains.
It didn't.
It
And
made
it
it back
survived.
to
I don't think it
Seattle.
lasted
And it
much
made
longer.
it back to Portland.
It made
Or
it
to
back
Seattle.
to the West Coast.
It's shocking.
Wow.
Did a big circle. That's a big circle. The United States is a large country.
The Music Country Tour started in Seattle,
Mhm.
went down the West Coast, went across over to like Houston and New Orleans, and we stayed there for like a week, and then went up to Nashville and continued on our way.
Remember, we hit Dallas, and then in
Mhm.
between Dallas and Jacksonville, Florida, they were like, hey, we squeezed it. We got 3 days to make it down to Jacksonville, but we squeezed in a little show in Illinois. So why don't we just go up and then we'll go back down again? You know, it's only 12 hours both ways.
And we were like, hell no.
And then didn't it get canceled, or did we cancel?
It got canceled. We canceled it.
Oh, God bless.
We just went to Nashville, which was the next show.
Oh my
Good
God.
times. Yeah.
2012, dude.
Oh.
Or 2013, dude. So
But yeah, one of the final shows was BronyCon 2013, Bronypalooza.
I got drunk off one beer and then went to the bathroom in a gay bar accidentally.
My whole life is a gay bar, so I feel your pain.
Okay.
also I just
Wait, at Bronypalooza or at a different?
In Nashville.
Nashville.
Remember when we played a library in Las Vegas?
We played
Yep. The Black
We
Box
played a
Theater
public
in the
library.
library.
Black Box Theater in the library just off the strip.
I didn't
Absolute
put myself-
trash. I was 17. I did not know any better. I was like, wow, a real tour. We're playing Las Vegas. What
Dang.
venue? A
Oh,
library.
What?
Anyway,
100% wish fulfillment. Like.
all of us were so stars inside of eyes.
I
Yep.
and I appreciate y'all doing that. Like, not that I haven't done my own stupid stuff. Speaking of 2013, honestly, like I'll get into that once we get to 2013 because I double booked that year. Not the
Rip.
not the last time I did it because I was in a band at the time that was playing in upstate New York.
Shouts.
So I was just like, I can't commit to a tour because I'm kind of in this band.
We missed
But-
you.
But yeah, I mean, I probably would have loved and then hated all of you after it. In some
The fact
fashion.
that any of us talk to each other still is a shock.
It's the magic of friendship.
Oh,
You say so.
I still don't talk to Dawn.
Um,
Tony kept us together.
But yeah, no, I just remember because I was supposed to play sax for Jeff Burgess on the Saturday 2013. But
Yeah,
I
you
only
were.
ended up doing Friday, and I'm glad I ended up not having to do anything because played I was there for the whole night 2013, drove up to Binghamton area, New York from Baltimore at 5 a.m., played a show, drove back down. M.A. Larson bought me a beer, and then I would brought my sax, and I was like, "I'm ready to play for you." And Jeff was like, "It's good."
Damn.
Wow.
Cold.
I mean,
Icy.
honest, yeah, icy, but also it's like after you've done a hard workout and you step in an ice bath. It was actually what I needed.
A nice,
I feel that. Saved you the hassle.
warm bath. Yeah.
But no, I just remember 2013. Like I'm just saying, I didn't go on tour, but I also
We had a fun time.
Leading
I
up to 2013, we are in Asheville, North Carolina, in an IHOP.
Nashville,
I
North
get-
Carolina.
No, this is something else. This is another story leading up
Asheville.
to just
Asheville.
before
Asheville.
Asheville, North
Right.
Carolina,
Okay.
in an IHOP,
Not Nashville.
and
Okay.
I get a phone call from Monique Krieber
Monique.
Oh,
saying,
God,
"Hey,
this.
you guys are a band. You guys want
Yo,
to be
all
our
right.
backing band at BronyCon?" And we're
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Sure." Myself, Tarby, Jack, our drummer, and then Cyril.
Automatic.
Yeah, automatic. Yeah. That dude is Jack automatically.
Yeah, Jack.
He is-
Automatic.
Where is he? Why is he not in this?
We were gonna have him in this, and then he was just like, "Nah." Not to be. I mean,
Sounds like
I
it.
don't even that's the thing. Like, I can say that, and normally I'd be like, "Oh, I don't mean to despair." No, that's just him. So I
That's
don't.
exactly what he said. I do not have any doubts. Hey, Jack, if you're watching this, we love you. What's up,
Right.
love?
Yeah, Jack.
Love you, Jack.
Love you, dude.
Didn't they go
Well,
by they,
Jack
them
Jack
pronouns,
said
though?
he didn't. Jack said he didn't play any of the BronyCons, only like one, so he didn't feel like he really.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where 2013. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why we're spending so much time on 2012. First of all, we're all reminiscing, and we haven't talked to each other in a while.
Yeah.
To be frank, the second
100.
thing is so much of what happened in 2013 and 2014 informed the rest of the shows, which honestly, up until the last couple, weren't as
Memorable.
they just weren't as memorable. There wasn't as much.
There was a bunch of years that were about the same.
Right. I would
Almost.
say from 2015 to 2017, it was kind of like there was some stuff, but it was just honestly, having played a lot of shows by that point, normal concert promote-y stuff.
Right.
Kind of sad, honestly. But, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
I preferred it when it was ramshackle and ridiculous.
I mean, see,
Like
But
when
once a
me
company
and
starts
Tarby,
making six figures, I guess that goes out the window, huh?
when me
Yeah,
and
I think
Tarby
you
figured
probably-
out that Saturday Night Living Tombstone remix was basically just The Distance by Cake, so we started playing that.
Which is great.
that's right.
Magnifique.
That's right. I remember that distinctly. And I also remember there was 20 musicians on stage at the end there. It was a big line. You can see it. You can see the footage on
Yeah.
YouTube 2013. The very first set was the Creebers, and then a crap load of people come out, including myself, Tarby, BK, almost the entire Musiquestria, and we're just slamming. And I was trying to do bass to a song I hadn't heard up until that day by Chris Cornell that was done by, I think, Black Griffin and Michelle at that point. I can't remember when the split happened for Creeber between Gabe and Andy.
Candlelight
Yikes.
Gardens, I think.
That we're not touching.
We're not. No.
Period.
I'm just
Yikes.
historical point. Okay, listen.
Yeah, no, the amount of pleasure I take in saying yikes, immense. But yeah, let's
No,
not.
we're
touch
not
it.
talking about it. Big no.
Was
Oof.
Black Griff no? Maybe it was a different year I played bass for them, but I think it was
I think
2013.
that was 2014.
You did
Was it
play.
2014?
When
I
you
think you
played
played
bass
bass on
for them?
you played
Yeah.
bass on one or two songs in 2013.
Oh.
And then we
Yeah.
switched. I was playing bass, and then we had two guitars.
Yeah,
Or I
I
Hope
just
You
can't-
Dance.
I just can't remember who sang with them. I thought it was Gabe, but maybe it
It
wasn't.
was Gabe. It was
It was
Gabe in
Gabe.
2013.
Okay.
Gabrielle.
He played Beat It.
Yeah.
Gabrielle. We did play
The
Beat It.
Il
Yeah, that's
Bambino.
right. I tried to make a solo and Beat It, but if you listen to the thing, my mix was turned so far down it didn't matter.
Wow. Why did they do that?
Yeah, another common theme with Brony conventions. No
Well,
offense to the sound.
Also,
See, the
well,
sound in the room usually was okay from what I remember. It's just the
Oh, yeah.
recording was ass.
recording was terrible.
Yeah. So
But
really,
also,
shout to the screen
2013,
people.
that first night, by the end of the night, the sound guy was asleep.
Yeah.
That's
Jack,
right.
Jack told me about
Whose
that.
fault is that? Is that his fault? Is that our fault?
I think
I
I
rem-
I'm just gonna say.
And then, of course, 2013, I just remember walking around and like feeling the entire convention center shaking before Do Not Jump was implemented. That
Very
was
bad.
It was
insane.
implemented. Oh,
That's right. It was implemented, Ben. That's right.
this sounds like a political maneuver. Jesus.
I think I
And
remember.
the do not jump rule of 2013 was fully implemented at 7 p.m.
You know,
Listen,
I
don't
didn't-
let me. Go ahead.
You know, I did not even know the sound guy slept until Automatic Jack told me in a panel one time. I'm like, really? I was 13 years old and I did not know. There was some weird mixing stuff, and when I was dumb and 13 at a time, and I was like, wow, this sounds so good. And then going
Well,
back, I'm like,
now-
holy moly.
Now that I'm an older
Holy
man,
Gosh.
and like, listen, professionalism was bad,
Mm,
but weird
Non-existent.
event, yeah, non-existent. Weird event, union dude, DJs. Which, as somebody who's done sound for an event with DJs,
What are you gonna do?
it's
You
like,
get paid to sleep.
yeah. I mean, well, because like, here's the thing. So I've done, doesn't matter. Basically, I'm saying, as I've had more experience, I understand why the dang guy slept, because he was an old union dude who was mixing brony DJs, but like, not professional, not good, not a good look.
mm.
Ever since that year, we've had like fans or something, actual phony people.
Yeah,
on board.
well, not since it was. I don't think we had actual until 2017, 2018. It wasn't the
I think
last 2 years.
it was sooner that because I knew the guy that
No.
was on main sound at BronyCon, Spicer.
What BronyCon
About
was that?
Spicer. God bless. Wow.
Which BronyCon?
God bless Spicer.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Sean
Brony-
That must have
Spicer
started
from-
2016.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it was
I think-
26. Well, okay, so maybe the stage guys were still, because it wasn't fully volunteer until 2018 for the stage guys. But so anything else about
Spicer ran sound
2013?
at
Oh.
Cloudsdale.
I remember there was a weird thing where there was like no security backstage 2013
No, there
at
was
all.
not. There wasn't
And
any
that-
security 2014 either. There really wasn't security until like 2016.
Yeah, I would say
And
so.
I totally threw a hissy fit over it, and that is why I never played a convention after that. Because I was an
What
asshole.
year was it that you had that solo set? Was that 20?
The solo set
That's
when I, as a like 18-year-old child, had a bunch of 30-year-olds come up to me being like, "You're so sexy! Oh my god!"
I mean,
Oh,
listen,
no.
Great, that was 2014.
My own sister said
Okay,
she
I just-
dresses better than
That's
I
it.
do.
listen,
I
I
got laid
could-
because of that set, so I can't complain.
listen. Yes, I may have been one of those gross people, but I want.
It wasn't gross at all. You're a sweetheart. Come touch my butt, huh? Come up to Boston.
but but I will say, I mean, I just couldn't remember what year it was, because
2014.
but yeah, 2014. Okay, yeah,
We'll
there
get
was no
there.
security either, which yeah, but it was only I
Good and
only
bad.
remember it being an actual problem 2013.
The vast
because,
majority of BronyCon goers, it seems, were either not interested or not able to put it together that they could just walk in and just literally walk up to like your
yeah, I just
like
remember
that.
it was something
You know?
happened with Nicole Oliver 2013. That yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into that really briefly.
Oh, you do it, because I don't know all the details.
do
I just
it, you
remember
do
it
it.
happened.
Two things happened. The do not jump thing happened because the floors, they put the rave on the fourth floor or whatever. The floors were bending. We had dead hung arrays, which why? But dead hung arrays that were just like literally like bouncing. It's terrible. And so we had to have people not jump. And it was really weird, but to have someone be like, okay, see that crowd out there? See how they're going insane? They love it. They want to just give all this energy. Tell them to stop right now. And it was heartbreaking. And so that's why Do Not Jump happened. We were like, hey, how do we turn this into something fun? And it's chant, because you can get a lot of brony people back in the day to chant anything. They're just excited to be there, you know? It was a good time. It was
fun.
awesome.
That was the fun year, wasn't it? Fun.
Yep.
That was a great.
Fun,
I mean,
fun.
oh my god, that was.
I
was
see
the
some
year
people
before-
disparaging stuff bronies in the chat. Like you jump at raves. Like this isn't weird behavior. People turned it into like weird brony behavior. It's not weird behavior. It was just a bad venue.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure people
understand
understand
the
that.
floor would
Please don't
bend.
jump was not an insult. It was a desperate plea to not have scaffolding collapse on 1,000 people.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I just want to
Um,
make sure
The
that's
floor
clear, 'cause I
would
noticed
bend
that.
with just the audience going like this.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
Not even jumping. It was just
It was
all
messy.
the arms
There was a lot
and the
of
entire
this.
floor
I
would
don't
flex.
know what this is, but there was a lot of it.
When you can't jump.
Yeah, which was great. You know what? And bless him for being inventive. Now, I don't ever want to talk about this. That's the official explanation. You have to come confront me or pay me if you want more information about Please Do Not Jump. The Nicole Oliver thing was great. So the stage manager for 2013 was an asshole, and was a kind of at least 5% of a crazy person. And so Nicole Oliver came backstage and was like, hey, and like Mike and I were like, hey, and so we were chilling out and having a cool time and high-fiving, like you do. And basically Nicole was like, yo, I want to go on stage and like address the crowd. And we were like, oh, you're gonna shut this shit down, bro. Let's do it.
Right.
And so we're gonna shut this business down. Sorry. Oh my god, send me to Brony jail. So we went on stage and we were like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this person who plays Rarity wants to do the thing. And then she's like, I just love everything that you're doing. It's just so great and it's awesome. And we just love you guys at this show. And this is awesome. And it was really touching. Really touching. And then like as she's talking, the stage manager's like looking at us like, and I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? None of that. This is amazing. And eventually, like, she got cut off and pulled off stage. And this fucking stage manager, this gall-darn friggin' gosh dang old G's stage manager just started going in. Just like, you can't be on stage. You don't have a backstage pass.
Oh my
we
God.
don't know who you are. It's like,
Okay, so I guess I should stand corrected. Security at BronyCon has always just been awkwardly applied.
No. If you are a late 20s sweaty guy in like sweatpants and a horse t-shirt, you are free reign. You can go anywhere. But if you're a person who like looks like a professional office worker and walk in, they're like, who is this? What are they doing here? They don't belong here. And they literally tried to forcibly remove this woman. And so she was there, her agent was there. We had to get the head, what's his name? Stole a beer from us.
I'm remembering all this now.
God, what is his name?
Who's
Who's the head of BronyCon
Josh
Limited?
Dean.
Josh Dean.
No, that was
Josh
I
Dean,
think
you
before
owe me a
Josh.
beer.
No, that
You
was-
stole a beer from me, Josh Dean. You said you would invite me to a party at BabsCon if I gave you a beer, and I gave it to you.
See,
and
now,
then you talked to me.
Josh Dean, I don't think was at
I think
a BabsCon. So
No.
He was at
somebody
BabsCon.
else.
He was at a
2013, and
BabsCon.
He
Was
stole
he?
a beer from me.
Okay, well then maybe he did steal beer from
That was
you.
the year I had
Yeah, he
the
did.
room.
He did because I was there and I remember it.
No, that was the year
All right,
Mike had
fine.
the room.
But it happened.
I'm not gonna get in the way. I just couldn't remember if it was Josh Dean or not. And I
No,
just didn't-
I mean, it's
anyway, it
whatever.
doesn't matter. So
Exactly.
we
The
actually
overarching point, Josh Dean comes down. We have the whole we're like, oh my god, we are so sorry. The guy gets fired on the spot. Mike and I take over as like stage managers and MCs. It's a mess. So that's what happened with Nicole. So yeah, Rarity got just a complete middle finger.
Celestia, but doesn't matter. Just
Was it
for the-
Celestia?
Yeah, Nicole is.
I mean, here's the
just-
thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
What am
listen.
I? What do I look like? A horse? I don't know. I don't know who these people are.
If I said yes, would you kill me?
The nose, I know, is confusing. It's a large nose.
It's a beautiful
Insert joke
nose.
here.
It's not even the. You know what?
What's up?
Yes, right.
I'm sorry, what's up?
It's a
Yes,
beautiful
right.
nose.
You have
Oh,
a
what's
very
going
nice
on?
nose.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
I
sweet.
said
well,
that.
my ego's been sated.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Anyway,
Thank you.
that got
No
off the
problem.
rails, much like every Bronypalooza ever that got off the rails. I want to.
Uh,
It's like every convention featuring me and us off the rails immediately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up. Y'all just start talking about 2014. I feel like
Right,
I think
we
it's
should-
enough for
you're
2013. I think we can move
Oh,
on.
2014. I think I know what footage Cyril's going to talk about. I think I understand what Cyril's going to talk about. I remember watching it, and
Also, Fenning, you do look gorgeous.
yes.
Oh, well,
Somebody
that's so
mentioned
sweet.
that, but you
Thank
do.
you.
You-
My
you
plan
do.
comes to fruition. Give me attention. Anyway.
Isn't that why we all do this? Did the Brony thing?
Yes,
attention?
because our parents neglected us.
Oh, that's
Okay,
a
calm down.
Hey-o.
Calm down, Freud.
Jokes.
Yo, you didn't have
You
to.
just made Tarby cough.
You didn't have to
I'm
jump.
sorry, buddy.
You like.
Oh my God.
I was like saying a thing, and then you jumped over that into another entire universe. I was
I'm
just,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Lord have
Oh my God.
mercy.
I've killed Tarby.
Darby's dead now.
Oh
Okay.
God. Please,
So-
please, Cyril. Dear
I-
God, bring us back to the
Well, okay. First of all, yes, I don't know why Mando decided I'm just gonna do an acoustic show at this big stage before that was a.
Ruined
and
the
they let him do
flow.
it. Listen, they let him do it.
I know, right?
Like,
I would have taken that set time.
that was the power of the Brony fame. If you had enough subscribers, you could just walk up and be like, you know what?
Just gonna be me.
$150 per diem and give me the presidential suite and 45-minute set, and they would just give it to you. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I don't.
So
it
fair.
was a bad decision, and I don't have anything else to say about it because reasons. So,
Legal
continuing.
reasons.
I don't know what footage you're talking about, Drummershy. Though the only thing I remember distinctly was that there was
For the Forest
no
Range set.
sound check. Yeah, there was no sound check. There
Yeah,
was-
I
no sound
remember.
check.
I remember. Woody
So
was
we-
telling me about that. Yeah.
we started, and there was no monitors. Like,
Hey-o.
and poor like, and there was a lot of first timers on that stage too,
Oh.
in terms of performing on a big stage.
Mhm.
And so the drummer couldn't hear. There was backing tracks that anybody could barely hear. Forrest couldn't hear herself sing. I don't think, if I recall correctly.
Woody couldn't hear the tracks or play along at all.
Yeah, she could. So it was a mess. And one thing I will always respect about Forrest Rain is she won't hold herself back if she's got a problem with somebody, and she just roasted BronyCon. So she didn't play BronyCon since, except when she played keys for me, which is
2017, I believe. I think I was with you at that time.
well,
Which-
she basically always was down because she lived in the area for a while too.
Yeah.
So yeah, playing keys for me basically. Not now that I don't want that to make me sound like I'm like giving. It's just I appreciate that I had a key player. And that year too, I had a backing track for a drummer. That was weird because I for some reason didn't want to ask anybody other than Auto Jack to play, and he just and didn't. It was just like 3 weeks before he was like, yeah, it's not happening. I was like, cool.
Bless him.
But yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's just that's how it went. But that's all I remember. 2014, and honestly, honest to God, that's about all I remember from 2014. That
There are two things.
other than your set being glorious to me.
My set?
Yeah,
Hey.
I loved it. It was great.
Fuck
Brony
yeah.
conventions.
All right, we're back.
The way
I
BronyCon
don't know if
treated people that they wanted to invite. If you weren't lockstep 100%, then you weren't basically in, unless you were like ultra
Right.
subscriber person.
Okay, we're live.
Honest to God.
All right, we're back.
And you were, and then you had the set, and then I remember there was one time when you also voiced some concerns,
sound.
which you were valid, but
All right, we're live.
Chat thing. Okay.
That's
We're
it.
live. And
that's
also
literally it.
the problem with Josh Dean and the BronyCon Limited company. I mean, can you believe this? Anyways.
Yeah, no. But that's it. That's really it. I don't have any weird inside information. Ooh, shoot. Is my sound
You're
back?
sweet.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
But I'm just
There's
saying,
no noise,
like,
but you're good.
I
They're
never
saying they
raised a
can't
think,
hear.
and that's why I was able to play
They
so
can't
often.
hear? Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're saying no sound.
I got you. Well, you know what happened to EHT too, you know?
Yeah,
Yep, we're all good. Okay, we're good.
and
Alright.
that's
Okay, cool.
EHT had a bit of a rougher thing.
Well, Cyril, why don't we just
Yeah, we'll
let's
talk
just
about
keep
that
the
later.
chat room when this thing is done, honestly.
We'll
We just
talk
catch up a little.
about that a little bit. Yeah. That background stuff. But I don't mind saying that. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
For anybody listening,
Yeah.
if you think, and I'm gonna shatter the glass because this is the history, but like there
Shut the
is so much politics, and if you don't know that and you didn't want to know that, that's fine. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to play BronyCon after 2014, the amount of politics that you had to play either by keeping your mouth shut or by
keeping your mouth filled with something.
Yeah.
was damn it. Okay, sorry. This cord sucks. But I can't switch it.
Yeah.
But that's just the truth. And I'm not trying to because at 2015 the arrogance of the brony scene exploded. And I mean that and I do mean, and like, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but this is the Bronypalooza history panel, and I want everybody to understand who, in fact, the Brony scene is a microcosm of real life. So if you're a musician and want to be a musician, just understand that even if you want to be pie in the sky and think that it's not, it is. The amount of politics that goes into it is insane.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because it's basically you're just getting all getting hired is just somebody doing a favor. It's not seen as anything. There's no business transaction. You're just you're getting a favor done for you, and you know they'll do what they can to accommodate it while you're getting the favor done for you. But there was never any concept of, oh, we have artists who are contributing something to us. It's always this sense of like, oh, well, we're helping out these young artists. And we're taking them work from our budget.
I think
you know?
there was a couple of staff changes later on, like in the last couple of years, where that changed.
When you got actual
bit.
music industry people that were like, yo, this is malicious. What is this, Hollywood in the late 80s? I mean, Jesus. Like,
yeah, so it got better. I'm just in terms of being paid, but I'm just saying, like, in fact, not. And I feel like I tried my best, but you know, I had a band, and I didn't. I mean, I don't think I paid anybody, but I tried to at least like treat people to dinner or something. But I didn't get a lot of money. It's like if I paid a band, it'd been like $10. But I tried to get rooms for people best I could for my stuff. Yeah. But
right, they could do rooms.
But it wasn't. It was.
It was hard.
Here's the political
money
acumen.
was short.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's limited resources, and you have to try to be. You had to try to be. Well, at least I tried to be as humble as possible, but possibly even more so than I should have been, or anybody should have been. And I don't know what everybody else's deals were, but it
took us till the end to be insistent.
Except for Travis. He's an honest, nice person, and you should follow him on Twitch at Odyssey Eurobeat.
Yep.
Travis never had to worry about not being exceedingly humble because, like, he is the most gentle, kind, loving person who ever existed and has never said an unkind word about a single person in the history of mankind.
That is his general outlook. Yes.
He's listen. I'm not saying that Jesus came back or anything, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, all hail Odyssey Eurobeat. Seriously though, he's a fantastic human being,
and he's a huge supporter for any upcoming musician.
Facts. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a brony musician trying to do the thing, or not even a brony musician, just a musician?
Just a musician in general.
Like tweet him, bro. You know, and all of us. I mean, we all want to support people in the scene, and you know, whatever resources we can contribute.
You know, because I might not be actively contributing to Pony anymore, but if you want any musical advice, and I've always said this, message me. I will. If I miss it, I'm sorry, but I will try to get back to you.
Yeah.
every time.
I've learned a lot from Cyril, even being not only a Brony musician but a regular musician, and he has given me lots of advice on how to be a better player.
Have I?
Yeah, you have.
You
Oh,
gave
good.
me a lot of advice about being a better player.
we had
too.
a conversation.
I'm sorry. I guess I just.
You've given me a lot of advice too.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Remember, Cyril? We were at Running of the Leaves Con.
Oh,
At OG
frick.
Running of the Leaves Con, Shouts, one of the few conventions to give a per diem
Yes. They
and free
yeah,
drugs. Shouts.
oh, that's right. Because it was
PG-13.
Colorado.
I'm not saying what drugs it was.
Right.
You know, they gave us free Advil, whatever.
Right.
You know, for that fresh, delicious Denver
Advil.
Advil.
Denver
so-
Advil.
Yes. You know, we went to the Advil dispensary and we got a bunch of just all different flavors of ibuprofen, free from the convention.
Yeah.
Cyril, we were sitting there and I was like, yo, how do I get better at playing bass? And you were like, oh, well, you know what? You know what I do is I just break out the bass and I just turn on the television and I just sit watching TV and I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. That blew the whole thing wide open for me. So I appreciate it. You're generous. And now I don't suck as much. You know, I'm like 5% better.
Well, geez, I didn't mean to turn this into a stroke me, but I
Oh,
appreciate
hail
it.
Cyril.
But no,
Hail
anyway, so
Cyril.
I think we got off course
All
because of the
glory to
freeze.
the Hypnotoad.
Yeah,
But I
the
really
blue
appreciate
screen.
all of you.
Yeah.
Don't.
Much love.
So we were at 2015. No,
2015.
Yeah, I guess
I
we're
mean,
moving
nothing
into-
really
should
happened
move on
in
to 2015.
other
Yeah,
than
move on to
s'mores.
2015.
2014, we
can
moved
talk
to the
about s'mores if we
basement.
wanted
That's
to,
the
but I think just a shout out is enough.
Yeah,
2015.
S'mores is enough. I think he was earlier too, but I don't remember which date that
He was
was.
2014.
Oh, 2014, right.
He
Okay.
was
Well, I
table
remember-
standing.
Oh,
That's right.
my fun fact 2014. Guess who made the schedule for who goes when on 2014?
Who?
This guy.
Yeah, Dylan
Hey.
did. That's right. I remember that.
Who did?
I did it in between different finals, and like, dude, if you just need
All
help
right.
getting the organization together, just shoot it my way. I'll get you guys a good, nice order of stuff.
All right, so I'm giving a half an hour warning, so we're
Yeah.
we're gonna have this wrap this up quick.
Right. So what I will
thought we had a
say,
5-minute warning. All right.
honest
No,
to
30,
God,
30 minute warning.
and please correct me if I'm wrong for 2015 to 2017. Not. It was basically just playing any event. There wasn't any significant issues.
No fun drama.
I don't remember any interesting drama. Oh, Alex S played a secret show. I think 2016.
It was the Secret Sauce.
2015. It was unannounced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret Sauce 2015. I did the first
Good
super
set.
band in 2015.
2015.
That's right.
Myself, Prince, DB Pony, and Turquoise.
Good times.
That's right. And then 2016, I had honestly, there wasn't anything really extra amazing about those dates. Just in terms of like what the show was, it was just a basic show. We had our set times, we played our sets.
Looks
I
like
don't e-
Tetsuo's
I don't
first
even-
year.
I don't
Yeah.
even think anybody went
Yeah.
over.
That guy.
Oh yeah,
God.
Denotive in 2016.
Oh, I forgot
yeah.
I forgot to shout out the Savory crew from 2013.
Hollow Point's first year.
I just remember I was like looking at the old playlist. I was like, oh right, the Savory crew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a mess. We were all fighting desperately. It like we thought it was gonna be a B2B. What it really was Tetsuo DJing and a couple of us maybe getting a track in edgewise. But that's okay, because you know what? I love Tetsuo. Tetsuo, I love you. I'll kiss you. I kiss you. Yo, one thing, Denotive did a cover of Prince, When Doves Cry, and Doves
Oh.
cried their friggin' eyes out.
That's right. Denotive. What year did Denotive? 2015?
2016.
2016. That's right.
2016, yeah.
That was the only year Denotive played BronyCon.
Yep.
It was glorious.
Yep.
To be quite honest, shout outs to Denotive.
Denotive, yeah.
But I don't think there was
Yeah.
any.
We have an interesting relationship, him and I. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to talk about Brony drama. But
Well, but I'm just to be just. He's a good performer.
he's a great performer and a
That's
lovely
all.
musician. And I still bop on Vicious Lies. I be telling Vicious Lies, bro.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
Yep.
One thing for 2016 that I remember was I played with the giant garbage cans.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Yeah.
right.
Right, when Nick played the things, right?
He tried so hard.
Oh
And
my
God bless him.
god.
He
That's
had
right.
5
Was that-
minutes notice. He
That's
had
right.
5 minutes.
Because 2016 was the year that friggin' my Brandon, my friend, played drums for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Brandon and then my friend from back in Rhode Island, Nick, who went on tour with me like the following year.
Yo, shout to Nick. The
Yeah,
mighty
Yeah,
fall.
Nick,
Shout
respect.
to the mighty
And then
fall.
he did the hit piece for BronyCon on that metal vlog, which was great.
That was
Nice.
hilarious. I mean, honestly, that was a dope show. Actually, now that I
Yeah,
remember
really
it.
was.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I played Death, the Adult Swim Death thing with the roadkill animation
Right.
behind me, which is why I never played another Rona convention after that. Which
Right.
was worth it because
Yeah.
I was.
I mean, it was a good, yeah. But
That's
so
a
okay,
very
so
good
there wasn't any
show.
extreme drama other than, unfortunately, that being Fenn's last show because
Oh no! I mean,
again,
I don't even care. The garbage cans also totally worth it.
Yeah.
yeah. That, I remember this amount of stress that you had over those.
I was
Like,
freaking out.
Whole
It was
day and a half
insane.
of planning.
Terrible idea.
I
Was
think
it
you
cool?
could shop it. You could work it out.
I think
Yeah.
I think after when Brandon played, I think 2017 came up, and I think I asked Cyril if I wanted to play because I watched so many Bronypalooza concert footage, so I went up to Cyril. I'm like, hey, can I play drums with you? Because here's the thing though, it's like I did a song with Cyril the Wolf called "Between the Wheels" by Rush, and he was so impressed by it. I was like, hey, can I play with you? And
That's
he was
right.
like, yeah, sure. I think I was high on Neil Peart that time, and that's why and that's when we kicked off Time Stand Still. It was the 30th anniversary of Hold Your Fire. And
Yeah.
I thought it came as a perfect time to do it. So
I mean, at that point, honestly, I was just trying to do random stuff and stretch the BronyCon thing and
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
play like random Rush songs and
but I felt like Time Stand Still was perfect because I knew the drum parts by heart, and I don't know, I just felt like I played Neil's parts very perfectly.
yeah, I wish I sang better. That's my only thing I've noticed. Like I've always had with BronyCon. It's probably because it's a big stage, but
Big
I've
stage.
never had good monitors. I've always
Right.
sang like
Yeah.
crap,
I always hate my vocals in the recordings of BronyCon.
Mm.
but not in that. And to be and it's just like that's always just the way it's BronyCon. But it's probably big too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
absolutely.
I don't want to like stand on things too much. I want to ask Tarby,
Oh god.
since you weren't organizing it,
With it.
about 2019. How did you feel?
But just skip ahead
I
to
was paying
2019.
attention to the
Well, because
chat
I
for
don't
a second.
27 and 2018 were kind of weird. I think 2017 they only invited like 6 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2017 was minimal. I had that was a cool show for me, but like it was, I don't know. I also didn't see Friday because 2017 I
Right.
played Saturday because I accidentally was opening for a country act in Malone, New York,
Yeehaw.
which was
Yeah. That was
which if you want to map Baltimore to Malone, New York, and get back to me. That was
4 hours.
4.
6? Whoa. Okay, that laugh is super sinister. Malone, New York, Baltimore directions.
But moving on to the we're kind of going at a fast pace because we do want to get to Q&A. But do you want to mention the final BronyCon Super Band, Dylan?
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, sure,
I
I'll
just
go.
wanted-
I'll take the lead on. A little
Yeah,
bit.
you take the lead on it, but I did want to have Tarby's in because me and we helped planned it.
Right. So leading up to 2019, like even early on, like after 2018 ended, we were trying to get in touch with staff and saying, "Hey, this last concert needs to be amazing. Let us know who you're going to invite and how much time we're given." And it took them forever to figure that out.
I still remember this bass drum cover. Oh, so
That's dope.
perfect.
That's still
it's-
cool.
That's a dope bass drum cover.
So basically, by the end of it, all of the drama and politics is saying, look, here are the people you're inviting. We reached out to the 6 invitees that were band people and said, hey, we want to put together a super band of all sorts of things. Myself, Cyril, and the Wonderbolts, Galen and the Wonderbolts, were all on board. We had to get the other invitees on just to say, let's just use our 3.5 hours or so to play all the hits.
Yeah.
Bring on guest musicians. Bring on as many people as we could, so that the last set of rock songs could be all of the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
and me and
that
you
wanted to. Yeah.
like split our set between various. Like I remember, I had like 3 songs in the early part of the set, and then a song after, like 2 songs afterwards.
Oh yeah.
But we wanted to, yeah, and it was just like a whole thing. BronyCon 2019 was unique because it had probably half, maybe to a third of the planning
Yeah.
of BronyCon 2019 from just overall. Like,
Right.
and I'm saying that from in past BronyCons, I knew by a certain date what was going to happen. We didn't know about the super band until, I don't know, when was this doc created?
Well, I knew about it because Forever Free Brony got me in. Like Garrison got me in. When I was done with Everfree Northwest, when I went over to his studio. So, yeah, that's what I can remember. But I just want to say something really quick about the super band. I think the one song that kind of stood out for me the most in terms of like being in sync and just connecting was Tarby's Rejected.
Oh boy.
In so many ways, when we rehearsed it the first time, it was so perfect. It was like the chemistry was there.
There are some magical Brony music moments that just stick out of my
Tarby, you
memory.
remember this, right? We were like so
Yeah,
in
no,
sync.
that was fun as hell.
That
Playing
was
Rejected
dope.
that time, I remember playing Loyalty with acoustic Brony at Everett Northwest one year in a rehearsal. The rehearsal was like 10 times better than what we put on stage, but it was amazing.
Wow.
There's some magical moments. Some of them are on stage, some of them are behind the scenes. Music.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I will
Seeing
say
the
this.
questions.
I did see the questions. That's what made me say that. But I will say
Uh-huh.
that the only one thing that made BronyCon 2019 work was that we actually had a rehearsal space.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yes, that was a blessing.
We had to beg and beg more for it.
Yeah, because that's the one thing. A lot of festivals, and I'm just going to say this outright, would have some kind of rehearsal space. And the musicians did get a green room a couple of years. I want to say 2015 to 2017. There was a
But the green rooms were never convenient. They were always
right.
at the
They were like across
ass
the
end of the
convention
convention center. Like we could only use it basically just to store stuff, and then it was locked. We had to get a hold of a staff member to unlock it so we could get in and get to the stuff.
That was
Yeah.
a pain.
It was
And
only useful as
sometimes it wasn't
storage.
even locked.
Sometimes it wasn't
Yeah.
even locked.
Yeah. Mostly laziness.
Well,
Everfree Northwest, I had a guitar stolen out of the green room, so like,
Yeah.
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 So
It was a little
And
crazy.
so,
wasn't even all that secure.
but it was nice that we did 2019. After everything, for the final one, we did have some time to rehearse because I don't think it would have worked out
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah.
But let's see.
We
Here.
rehearsed in the After Dark panel room during the day.
Yeah.
Right.
I brought my drum set from home because they did not know how to bring in a drum set from the contracting company, and Cyril was like, "Can you bring your drum set?" I'm like, "Okay."
Well, that's another thing. 2019 it's over now. They were running a last year con on an already reduced budget. The idea of running 2019 as the last con came after they reduced the budget from 2018.
Jeez.
Right. So that hopefully answers one of the questions in the chat, sort of by way of me not having to say something out loud that I don't fully know the details of.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, there was just a lot of time bogarting that happened. I don't really want to like disparage anybody, even though it's because it's not necessarily BronyCon, and I'm too nice.
So generous, this guy.
I don't know. I
Eh.
just. But
All right, here's
basically,
the
yeah,
answer to the question of what happened at Bronypalooza 2019 for the Super Band. Monique Krieber messed with our time so bad.
Yes.
A common occurrence.
I'm gonna
throughout
say it
the whole 10 years
because
of the con.
she just absorbed mic check time. She absorbed like a half hour of our set time because they kept
Yeah.
going over. We asked politely and then a little less politely to her to cut a few songs because they were running over and we have a lot of stuff. And I had a spreadsheet of every single song that we wanted to play and in the exact amount of time it probably should have paid. We were narrowing it down to within like seconds of trying to make
Yeah.
sure we got through those songs, and we still had to cut like 5 songs, and they didn't
Yeah.
cut any and ran over like a half hour.
I almost
This
kicked
happened every con they played. Also,
Fenning,
just to clarify.
Fenning, I don't know if you were there, but when they started to
I
happen,
definitely was not.
you know it was not. Okay, so when that happened, when the super band songs got cut, I almost kicked the trash can backstage. I was furious until Chi-Chi and Forever Free Brony came over and gave me a hug and it's like, it's gonna be okay. So
Cute.
I was legit pissed and crying.
I lost my voice not on stage but backstage that year.
yeah. Well,
So-
because we had to coordinate
Again,
things.
a common occurrence. All of this, this sound. Okay, to those in the audience that are like, "Oh man, that's so messed up that they did that one time."
Mm-hmm.
That one time, every convention that they played, they did that. And
Every
listen, God
convention.
bless them. God bless them, because you know what? They're just better than us.
You know,
And we
the
should
only
know our place.
convention there's the only convention it didn't happen, and
Fuck outta here.
it didn't happen at was Fiesta Equestria 2013.
Yeah, because the people at Fiesta Equestria actually care at all.
No, because Hey Ocean went over.
What? No.
Oh,
Fiesta
I think I
Equestria is so
remember
great,
that.
though.
I wasn't there, but I remember that.
I was there because I was gonna play a whole.
Equestrian people were lovely.
Listen, Fiesta Equestria 2013. It wasn't them. It was Hey Ocean, and I don't want to diss Ashley Bull, but that's what happened. I was gonna play guitar for the Creepers and have my own set.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
instead,
this.
because the sound went over and there was some sound issues, whatever, with Hey Ocean. Oops, sorry guys.
Which is what led to the horrifying video that embarrassed us all and ended
Among
the
other
career of
things,
many a
yeah.
person, except for
But
me.
I just, yeah, and I played, but I ended up just doing like some weird, a couple of acoustic-y-ish versions of my stuff while playing guitar for Creepers. And
Shouts.
that's why, I mean, and it was, that wasn't a bad, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if that is what made things even more harsh from that end, but yeah, that was a weird show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
The
the one
dynamics
time.
were always bizarre.
The one time that it was Hey Ocean, and I again don't want to diss on that whole
think they were-
situation, but
I think things were pretty all right at honestly Las Vegas Unicon, like, but there was no one in the audience, and no one really cared.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Las Vegas is also a weird thing. Also, Michelle didn't show
That
up
was-
until like the day of her performance.
Right, she was
Yeah.
late. I remember now. She
Yeah, I
arrived
think
just
somebody
before her
told me,
set.
That
yeah.
con was weird. That was
That was
sketchy.
not a convention
Like-
wherein small children should have been present. TBH.
Yeah, not at all.
I was 16 at that con. Should not have been there.
Jeez.
Money, I think.
We
Yeah, it was funny.
smoked
Yeah, hey.
cigars.
Who
Remember
remembers?
that?
Yeah, who remembers the cigars? And
Wait,
the
you were
alcohol poisoning?
16?
I was
Yeah.
16 and I got alcohol poisoning. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know you were 16.
I went from my high school onto the airport in the plane, and then I drove over with Satisto, and he wouldn't even look me in my eyes. Which is a very Satisto thing to do. I don't think it was insulting. I think that's just how it
Yeah, he
his
doesn't-
natural habitat.
He's definitely a very
It's fine.
talk.
He's a cutie pie.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that's just his personality.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I was a young end. that was not a good place for me to be. That was bad
You
news.
were 16.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
You knew that I was 16 because you gave me cigars, you maniac.
I don't remember.
You
Honestly,
don't-
honest
yeah,
to
okay,
God,
yeah.
I do
For
not.
legal reasons, you don't remember. You remember
Yeah,
Panama Gardens? You gave me that weird green cigar.
I don't. I mean, I
The
remember
un-
smoking
oh,
cigars with
yeah.
you, but
Look at this. Look at this. This man
No, no.
understands.
no. I honestly, here's the thing. This is why I could never be a politician. Honest to God, do not remember your age
I believe
at
the
the
phrase
time.
is "I do not recall." I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
the
yeah.
do not recall.
Oh, coverage of live music and reporting. And
Sorry.
I had
covering of
a
live
I
Horse
have
music
a
and
what's it called, a article in a newspaper somewhere for Baltimore that had 21 Kenobi and Tarby. I think it might have been 2013.
There was a lot of
Bal-
press
Baltimore
coverage.
Sun.
I think.
That's
There
probably what
was-
you're thinking about.
Yes, I think it was the Baltimore Sun.
The Baltimore
Yeah,
Sun.
there's
Okay.
there was a
Yeah.
question in from Drake Emberhard just about what coverage was like. And I will say, yeah, there was a couple of different articles about the concerts. And also,
And there were the
there was-
documentaries.
right, the documentaries
Yeah.
too. And then there was also, of course, there's early on there was Everfree Network and Ponyville Live
Oh, my
that
God.
streamed the concerts.
Yeah,
Up
And, like,
until 2014, I
what-
want to say.
which were
Yeah.
well
Celestia
attended.
Radio.
Wait,
20
what was it? Celestia Radio?
Yeah, I think
Celestia
Everfree Network
Radio-
and Ponyville Live.
Yeah,
mostly.
Celestia
Yeah,
Radio.
Celestia
Celestia Radio just
Right.
did music and like different special events, but they didn't do any con coverage. I don't think.
They did coverage the one time they did coverage. The one time all of the radio
Las
networks
Pegasus.
came together was Las Pegasus.
All right.
Ah.
All right.
The
We have a.
only
All right. So
time.
we have a 10-minute warning.
Yep.
All right.
I'm
Got it.
gonna
Okay.
do- Wait, 10 minutes.
Lightning round. Lightning
Keep
round.
questions
Lightning
coming
round.
into
Okay.
the
Give it to
questions
us.
chat.
Doesn't matter
on
what
Discord.
it is.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Listen, yeah.
Any convention, any concert. Oh, we're kind of focusing on Bronypalooza, but if you have
What's your
another
favorite
question,
pony,
Yeah.
Drummershy?
Yeah.
Oy.
Well, I tried to get everybody together, even though this is like a good reunion. It feels like a reunion.
Uh,
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
Tell me what
haven't
it is.
talked in a year. or
why
so.
are you sideways now, Finn?
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes I'm sideways.
But honestly,
That's not a question. That's not part of the Q&A.
My bad.
I'll have to say this: BronyCon 2019 was a career highlight. It was such a career. No, I'm legit being serious. It was such a career highlight that it got me into the band Flying Jacob for a reason.
Egg.
Oh, that's
Hey.
sick, dude.
It
I'm
leg-
glad
Oh,
I got you a gig.
potato.
Legit.
Legit,
Tighter.
this got me on the map on Flying Jacob. Well, we gotta write music
Potato.
at some point.
You know,
potatoes.
Potato.
Why-
Tarby
Boil 'em?
has a
Bro,
potato.
Straight up. Boil them. Mash them.
Stick
Stick
'em
him in
in
a
the
stew.
No, why
Tarby, what
not?
are you gonna
Stick 'em
call?
somewhere.
Tarby, what are you gonna call the potato?
What's taters, eh?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Who are you
In
gonna
retrospect,
call the
it's a
potato,
great.
dude?
It was a great idea to end BronyCon in 2019.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could have ended in 2018, and it might have been better. But it's great that there was a concert that happened where y'all were able to see it coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bet.
Kind of.
And I'll say this. What and especially learning from a Berkeley drum teacher and being in this fandom and knowing what it's like to be a part of. I gotta say, 2019, everybody came in prepared, and everybody.
I
learned
tried at
parts.
least.
No, you were fantastic, Tarby. You pull it off really good. Not gonna
That was
lie.
Well, being
Listen.
fantastic and coming in prepared are two different things.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this, regardless of what show you're playing, Tarby, with one exception that I can recall.
Oh God.
Well, no, I think it was just a weird show. It was the one in San Diego there. That was a weird show.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
But
Oh,
other than
God.
that one, you've
You
always
bring your A game.
yeah, you bring your A game. You like put on a
well-
goddamn show every time.
Yeah, man.
All y'all do is too as well.
Well, then
Like
we're
y'all are all
just.
really good musicians.
Well, then I
let's
guess we're all
just-
slaying.
Uh,
I guess we're all just great.
All slaying.
all slay.
So, hey, everyone in the crowd that has a venue, book us.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
especially hard now
Please.
with COVID.
Please,
I mean-
please.
Please.
I will break quarantine.
Oh
I haven't
my
played a
God.
show in months. I can't handle this.
Do
It'd
you,
be like that.
all right, so I think we might have a 5-minute warning, but do you want to
Okay.
finish off on?
Yeah,
Hang on there.
The
Did we
one
have any
last
questions?
Well, there
Uh,
is one more
uh,
question that I see. Sorry
yes.
to.
What's that?
Well, just about a super band again, and I will say this. No, from me, I had probably two nervous breakdowns during that entire super band thing, and I'm just being honest here because the amount of effort that was put in
Yeah.
and the amount of stuff that went down, and while it was a great show, I just could not do that again.
I had mental breakdowns during that time.
I will
That
say
was
that
wild.
I might be willing to do like a smaller, like medley type set sometime,
Right.
like an hour or less,
Yeah.
but never
Right.
3 hours again. That was too much. And I also want to shout out one thing, though this is history of Bronypalooza. If you want to go try to support the Mayhem shows that get put on,
Yeah.
those guys put on a super sick OutCon show
Yeah,
in both
Yeah.
Wisconsin and in
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We'll
And
soon,
it's
soon
all Brony
hopefully-
metal, and that's good stuff.
Well, we hope to have soon more. I mean, I talked to the organizer. We hope to have soon more next year. So
But that's what I wanted to shout out there. And I guess I thought your vlog was good, dude. You did some good coverage.
Oh yeah, Chief Hunter, thank you so much for the footage. It looked very sick from the audience perspective and from the stage.
Yeah. Just
Killer.
honestly, every time there's recordings, I love it because I don't have the foresight to plan it myself.
Oh, yes.
So love it. Yeah. So I think that's all the questions. I see somebody typing, but if there was do you have a wrap up you wanted to ask, or did you have something? Tarby, you said I don't know.
Oh no, there was something in the main chat. Question for everyone.
All right.
Question for everyone. God damn.
All right. So, do you wanna start with
Yeah, wrap it
the
up.
conclusion? I think we only got some questions, but I think we have 4 minutes left, so I think we're gonna do a conclusion, I guess.
Yeah, sounds close.
One thing I want to say is, even though I've said some negative things, and I don't know if anybody else disagrees, I say that kind of out of, if anybody walks in our shoes and tries to do something similar,
Oh,
there's
God.
good and bad.
Yes.
But I don't regret any
Yeah.
of it, honestly.
Mhm.
Also,
Other
So
than-
worth it.
Even LPU,
Well,
I don't
sorry.
fully regret. I kind of wish I didn't, but I don't fully regret it because I made some really good friends at LPU.
LPU was an important one. It's
You had
really
another
good.
fire
yeah.
drill.
Mhm.
No
There was a-
shame.
There was a fire drill at like every con I played in 2013. It was weird.
Yeah.
I
Which
honest
was the
to
one
Jesus.
that lit on fire? Was that the Meadowlands?
That was 20.
That was
yeah,
the Meadowlands.
2012. The fire at the
Okay.
that's right, because that ended up in the B-roll.
Fire
'cause
to the con.
Oh my God.
it was like
Wow.
I improvised one outside.
We played September.
All
That's
right.
right.
So you want to?
Do you
We also had
remember?
the pre-BronyCon concert where I had a laptop with a crappy webcam.
That was so good.
I remember
I was
that.
so insecure, and I was like, I want to show people my music.
So Dylan,
Ah.
you wanna say a conclusion?
No.
No.
That was the most real thing all night.
No.
Nice.
Bronypalooza
So-
has been awesome to all of us. It's led to a bunch of other fandom opportunities, and it's allowed us to pull off some pretty amazing stuff just because it was the biggest con in our scene. But still, there was drama behind the stage. I'm glad we could reveal some of it and just be
Yep.
open up out there and see what
Open it up.
happens, because it was a crazy, crazy time. You guys see the final product, and we're super proud of what we put out there, but there's lots of stories to be told.
Yeah, and
All right.
and yeah, absolutely. And
2-minute warning.
if you're and
Yeah.
honestly, just keep doing music. If you like ponies, even if it's 20 whatever year it is, and you want to do music about it, do it.
Do it.
All right.
There's
Organize
a lot
it
of
up.
good. I've heard a
Fandom
lot of good
will
music.
never die.
Yo,
Yeah.
whatever fandom you're in, Are there people listening to your music? Are you making music? Do you have a sound system? Do you have a friend? Do you have the capability of organizing a meetup? There's 50
You
people
have
at your meetup.
Audacity and a Rock
could be
Band
a-
microphone.
Exactly. It
create.
doesn't matter. Literally, you can tell. I mean, that's what I would want to pass on. Is that literally this whole BronyCon limited everything. All it takes is just starting something from the ground up and organizing something that has interest. And different fandoms have different levels of popularity. Whatever. What are you gonna do? But recognize the thing that you love and go organize some stuff with your friends. And it might just grow into something really big. You know?
Hell yeah.
And if not, it'll grow into something that you love.
Fanning.
Fanning.
The hard hitting.
Fanning.
All right.
Hard hitting facts.
Tarby, anything? Any last words you want to say?
Corby.
None I
Brony
can say on a
Jesus.
censored stream.
String of expletives.
Follow your dreams. And
Follow your dreams and follow me on Twitch, p1kgaming.com.
that is going to
Seriously.
do it for the Bronypalooza stream. Thank you guys so much, and that's gonna do it. So enjoy the rest of PonyFest Online. Thank you so much, and we will see you hopefully in the future when COVID's over.
You're
We
Hell yeah.
love
love-
you.